Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Babbling Words podcast. This is episode number 11, entitled Exciting News. Yes, people, we have some exciting news. And a little bit of that exciting news is the fact that we are recording this podcast via video today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the first installment of the video version of today's podcast. Okay, it's going to be available on YouTube and on all of the platforms that you can get podcast on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you strap in your headphones, turn on your device, open your ears, hop in your chair, yoga mat, or beanbag chair, however you want to go ahead and listen or now / watch this podcast. And we'll go on a little adventure about what the hell has been going on for the last 2 months that I've been gone. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, because we got some good stuff. Back in a moment. Guys, we're here. We're back. Episode 12. Holy crap. Thank you guys so much for the continued support for the podcast. We're over 165 listens. I can't believe anybody has listened to this crap. So with that being said, we're going to throw a little watching into this crap. Yes. Holy crap. You get to see my face. We'll throw this on YouTube. We're just trying this out. It's an experiment. It's something new. But anyway, we entitled this Exciting News, okay? Exciting news. We'll get to that. Just want to say, how is everybody doing? You know, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and put the comments in there. And if you're interested in listening to any of the previous episodes, the link will be down below to my podcast channel. There's 11 additional episodes to go ahead and familiarize yourself with who I am. Guys, this is new for me and different. I'm going to try not to edit any of this either. We're going to try to do this in a smooth cut. Should be interesting. But anyway, God, what has been going on? It's crazy to think that the last podcast that I did was 2 months ago. It does not feel like it was 2 months ago. I had power outages. Dunkin' Donuts app sucked, which still does. Up until yesterday, I went 3 weeks without being able to use the app. Thank you, Dunkin' Donuts, for sucking balls. You continue to be worse. The only problem is I can't get to Starbucks at 7 o'clock in the morning without there being a 3-mile long line. And it's also completely out of the way for me when I have to go to work on those days that I actually do get Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. There is one literally on my way to work at Dunkin' Donuts where I can literally just jump in, grab my stuff, and run out the door. There's not a Starbucks that way. That's in the complete opposite direction. So screw you for your app not working. I was stuck going to Quick Check. Their iced coffee isn't great, but their sandwiches are mediocre at best. So thank you for getting your shit together. Finally, in your app working again. So I will try tomorrow morning to use your app to redeem my free large cold brew and my wake up wraps, so I can get my day started hearty and not healthy. But that's besides the point. Who cares about that at this time of day? Quarantine podcast. That's what this is called, because we were doing this while we were in quarantine for the ability for me not to lose my mind while I was locked up. Since then, obviously, things have changed. I have gone out. We have gone out. My family has gone out. We have socialized. We've had I'm going to talk about gatherings that this small. Can we focus in? I don't think my camera doesn't want to focus because I don't have autofocus on. So this much, all right? Super close personal friends and family only. That's it. We still do not do any large scaled expeditions, as they may say. So we're keeping it very, very, very tight, because as you can see, guys, we're getting hit again. The numbers are going through the roof. We're at the highest it's been since the beginning of the pandemic, or at least in the middle of the June when all the testing was like really rambunctious and going on. So we have a lot of things, happening. That being said, it sucks. It really does suck, because, people get sick. We did have a family member that's sick. They were safe. If you guys listen to my last episode, I go over one of our family members who contracted the COVID-19, they were able to survive the COVID-19, but they do have some lasting effects from it. So we're still dealing with some of those problems now. So, we're still trying to get through it and process it, and hopefully that we can really rise above it. But it's still kind of murky waters because there are a lot of post-traumatic effects of COVID-19. And when you're already immunocompromised and you have breathing problems, it really is not the best thing for you to have, is to come down with this virus. So fingers crossed, prayers are out that we continue to go on. Unfortunately, on a secondary somber note, not to be on this one, I actually did have my uncle pass away last week. Unexpected, in his sleep. It's kind of an MO for my family. So my uncle, my dad, his brother, and his sister all died, and dad all died like under the age of 60. The only, I guess, good thing to come out of this is actually my stepdad. So biologically, I don't have to worry about those factors, because at my age right now, I'd be shitting bricks if this really was the case, because everybody that has died, that has unfortunately passed away, has passed away like literally under 60. My dad and brothers, they're all under 55. So it's very scary. But as far as we know, he didn't suffer. It looks like he might have had a heart attack in his sleep, and he passed away. So hopefully, that's the case. So my family was going through some stuff. It made it a little bit difficult. I wasn't available. I wasn't able to attend the memorial. I did have to stay home with my son. He was sick for a couple of days, so I was not able to travel out there. My hearts and my prayer and hearts are obviously with my family during this time. So it's kind of shitty, but it's why I do this. I talk about the things and get them open and get them off my chest. It's the reason I do the podcast. I stream for my mental health, the ability to still interact with people on a daily basis and keep those social lines open. It's not cool to be walled up in this pandemic, and I know a lot of people, it's kind of hard. Your social interactions a lot of time was in work. You were in your office or your place of business, and even if you weren't friends with people, you were interacting with them, and that kind of helped with your mental health. And when you get that closed off and you're confined to working at home, and especially if you work at home by yourself, or you might only have one other person, a significant other in the home, and you might not have that full social interaction with other people, that could make it difficult. My line of work, I do have social interaction with people regardless. In the line of work that I do is in customer service based stuff. So I interact with people on a daily basis, through virtual meetings, or on the phone, email. So I do have a lot of contact with people. But again, it's not physical contact. Like, you're not physically contacting people. So there's that. So it's different. But if you're a person that's just sitting behind a computer all day and you're coding or doing whatever and you have no social interaction, that can be tough. That can definitely be tough, and I can understand when that takes that mental toll on you. So one of the reasons that I started streaming just before the pandemic, but again, that was for my mental health. I wanted to be able to interact with people and get out there on a platform, then I can kind of help other people that might potentially want to have a space to talk, an open space to talk. So I am always open to talk. My channel is open to anybody. Obviously, no hate speech or things like that. We don't want any negativity. We want to bring good vibes and happiness into a comfortable and safe environment, and that's what this podcast is for too. So moving on from that, what else has happened? Oh my god, dude. So I don't drive a lot since this pandemic. All right, so my driving was my one day driving into the office. Okay, so I drove one day a week, put mileage on the car. Other than that, I drove to the bus stop before this. I never really drove my car. It's a highway. I honestly don't even know. I went a very long time without an oil change. Okay, because I never even hit the 3,000 mile mark, but I was like 6 months at this time. So I'm like, screw it. Like, I need to get an oil change. Like, it has to happen, because I was driving more. I was doing 2 days a week for a couple weeks. I was putting more mileage on the car. So I was like, gotta get an oil change. I bring it. I get the oil change. Guy calls me up. He's like, listen, man, your brakes in the back are like non-existent. I was like, makes sense. While I was hearing some funny ass sounds while I was going down the parkway. Like, all right. He's like, yeah, and then your front tie rod and your CV joint and something else he said. So I'm like, and at the time we were in the park walking around with my son. We were in an area with bad reception. I was like, listen, man, I'm like 15 minutes away. I'll swing by. So I get there, you know, he brings out the paper, it does me the breaks, the points, like all this crap. I just see like dollar signs galore. And then he brings me over and he shows me the brakes. I was like, oh shit. Yo, these gotta get done. This is not good. This is bad. These brakes were really, there was literally no brakes and the rotors were pretty warped out. So I was like, you know what? Focus. I was like, what is this gonna cost? And he brings it all back out again. Like $1,000. It went at almost $500 to do my rear brakes. And then the CV joint in the front had a ripped bushing. And then the tie rod was loose, which I knew this for a while. The total bill was just under $1,000. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, all right, you know what? I definitely don't have the money right now to do this. I have to figure out how I want to do this and how I want to pay for it. I clearly wasn't ready for that. I said, I don't have to go into work this week to drive into work so my car can sit. I was like, let me take it home. Let me figure it out. I live around the corner. No problem. Pay for my oil change. I take it home. Now I've done my own brakes. I know brake pads don't cost a lot of money, especially with the little amount that I drive. You're talking $25. Rotors are about $60 to $70 in average if you go in like a major parts store online. So I hit up the web. I got brake pads and rotors for $55. Brought them to the mechanic who did my front brakes. At the end of the day, $185 later, I got a full rear set of brakes and I could stop on a dime. Crazy how much I can actually drive my car now. So that's good. The CV joint and the tire, I want to do both of them at the same time. So I want to have all the money together because it's a little bit more. About $100 in parts, give or take, and then probably another $100 or $200 in labor. But they're not detrimental things that need to be fixed. The torn boot and a CV, and it's nothing that's crazy because I'm going to need an alignment too. So I have to do it all in one like whammy. So we'll get to that. We'll fix it. But man, these big name places, these Meinekes and Pep Boys and stuff like that, they charge an arm and a leg to get this stuff done. Guys, if you could find a local, which is also good, a local repair shop, you're going to save yourself a ton of money. And if you're really cool and they're really nice people, which you can always ask them if you can bring the parts. One thing I advise, you know, if you're doing a local car shop, because they don't necessarily, well, they make money obviously, because what they'll do is they'll buy the parts wholesale from one of the big retailers, and then obviously they're gonna have a markup on it. But if they're really cool people, they'll say, hey, listen, we're just gonna charge you for the labor, you can bring your own parts. And that's when you can actually save a lot of money by going online, seeing who has the cheapest price or the best price on the parts. Because if you go to the big box guys, they always have like 15, 20, 25% coupons. And then there's also Amazon. So get on Amazon, look, there's eBay, just read the reviews. eBay's a little bit harder because the review system of the items isn't that great. Where eBay, at least you'll be able, not eBay, Amazon, you'll be able to get probably a better review basis. But you can definitely save a lot of money by getting your own parts and bringing them to a mechanic. And that's what I do. I've probably saved myself well over $1,000 just by doing that. My front and rear brakes together didn't even cost $400. Okay. And that is like $800-900 if you go to a big name place. So definitely a tip for you guys out there if you need to get some repair work done on your car. What else, man? It's been so long. We got the power back. We did all that. We dealt with that. Starbucks sucks. Recovery, my uncle. All right, fine, guys. I'm gonna give you the news. All right, we're into this. All right, we don't want to drag this out for 19 million years. All right, it's been a while. I understand. You got my tips and tricks on how to fix your car. I'm having another baby. Yes, yes, yes. We just announced it this weekend. We are having a baby girl next March. So we're super excited about that. We're in the naming phase right now. So it's like just trying to find a name that's going to work with us. So we have some really good contenders. And we just need to narrow them down. But we're very excited. Our little guy is going to have a little sister. He's super excited. He's super good with little girls, little kids in general. But we're super excited. We think he's going to be an awesome big brother. But man, is he going through some right now, some ish. He has separation anxiety, not to focus off of the fact that we are having another baby and it's super exciting. And that's great. And that's the awesome, exciting news. But to hit back, he's 18 months now and he's going through separation anxiety. So you can't go out of the room without him losing his mind. We went to Costco the other day and it was on a weekend. And I just literally needed to run in there for him. I just needed to get him milk and eggs because it's just cheaper to get him like whatever it is, 2 dozen eggs and 3 half gallons of organic milk in Costco. It's way cheaper. Like it's like $15 for both of them. So we roll up. Costco's it's a Saturday. It's the middle of the afternoon. And I roll up on the spot and I say, boom, I'm going to pop out and run in. I don't say goodbye to him. I don't say boo. I get out of the car. The windows are up, so I don't hear it. And I'm jetting across the street. Apparently, he lost his friggin' mind. Like complete bonkers lost his mind. He had, my wife had given him a yogurt, like a squeeze, like, not a yogurt, a squeeze pouch, like a fruit pouch, like a few minutes before, and I wasn't paying attention. And so apparently he lost his mind. He squeezed the whole fruit thing. It went everywhere. He's covered in it. I don't know this. So I'm in Costco. I run, I get the stuff, boom, 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 boom. I call my wife, where are you parked? She goes, come down the aisle. She's like, I got something to show you. And here she is standing in the middle of the parking lot with my son with no pants on. Because he was covered in pouch. Apparently it took him like he was unconsolable, covered in this pouch. My wife's trying to how to park, get him out of his chair, take off his pants, get him dressed, get him undressed, and then it just so the separation anxiety is real. And I mean, like this morning I was still in bed because I worked overnight, so she was getting him out and she had to go put her stuff in the car, and he lost his mind, like full blown. I think the whole neighborhood heard it. I mean, and we're talking, this is like 6:45 in the morning and this kid is belting away because she walked to the car. Now, just so you know, she's in line of sight. So the front door is here, car's parked right here, door's here for the car. She's line of sight. He lost his mind over it. So that's like the love and greatness about parenting right now. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but we're getting through it. We're super excited. Our best friend had a daughter actually, and they'll be almost a year apart exactly. So we have a ton of clothes coming to us. We're super set on that stuff. We really don't need any of the big items. So it's actually really good. Like it worked out great. We were really happy. We had a girl, super exciting. We have one of each, we're done. And it was great timing. They're only going to be a few weeks apart from each other, their birthdays, anywhere between a week and 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Depends upon when she comes. If she comes on time, she comes late, she comes early. But they'll be like within a month of each other. And then our best friend's daughter, is actually, her birthday's a month before my son's birthday. So they're a year and a month apart. So our 2 daughters will be almost like a year and a week or whatever, or maybe a year, who knows, apart. So it's really good timing for us that we're all kind of in that phase, you know. So it's perfect, you know. We have a nice consistency across the group. But outside of that, guys, I think that covers most of the stuff. I am actually going to finish up this, and we are actually going to hop onto Call of Duty. the Haunted Adventure stuff or whatever is out. We're gonna play the zombies map for the first time tonight, so I'm gonna poop my pants. Probably gonna happen. So look for some clips on our Twitch page. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Generally between 9 and 10 p.m. I come on. 9:30 and 10 p.m. we come on. As always, you can find us on Twitter. You can find us on TikTok at SpawnXGaming. YouTube will be at Spawn1566. See if I can actually update the name on the YouTube channel if we're going to continue to keep these videos going. I probably should make everything align. I did open up a Facebook page. It's XSpawnXGamingX because Facebook is dumb. But I do post some deals on that site. So I hunt for deals online for tech items and I post them on that. And then there's also a Facebook group that's attached to that actually will probably have more information on it as we get more members to roll in some deals on that. So if you want to check that out, you could find that at XSpawnXGamingX. I'll try to put that in the description. I'll have all the links in the description below for all the socials and the sites. And we're gonna rock and roll. So yeah, we're also part of Gamerized. We are also affiliated with Maw Energy. Right here. Maw Energy Focus. Guys, if you'd like, we'll put the code in below. You can get 10% off. You can also try it for free. Just pay shipping. It's $6.99, but you can get your first tub for free. That's 60 servings in the tub. I do recommend the green growl or the rip harambe. They're both excellent flavors, super good, no chalkiness, definitely the way to go. I'm actually going to pour myself a cup right now, get ready to grab the boys, and we are going to smash it up in some Call of Duty right now. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you for those who are listening, who are continue to listen to the podcast here. I know this is a different format. Anybody that's watching this, yes, I've looked away 100 million times. I'm not used to this. Okay, I got it. It happened. We're getting there. But everybody that continues to listen to the podcast, I greatly appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. We're 165 listens, so definitely trying to hit that 200 listen mark before the end of the year. That'd be super awesome. I would love to really actually try to get more of these going again. So we're going to try to do that. If we can incorporate making a YouTube video and an audio podcast in one shot, I think that might make my life a lot easier. With that being said, thank you guys so much. As always, social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, and be safe. And for those who are watching this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the like, and make sure the notifications are on so you can catch when the next podcast goes live. Thank you guys so much for listening and viewing. Have a great day.